from the University of North Carolina School of Media and Journalism, covering the full range of Tar Heel athletics. This is Sports Extra.
What's up, Tar Heels? Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you for tuning in to this week's edition of Sports Extra. I'm Hank Snyder.
And I'm Grace Wilson. Let's get right to it. The struggling women's basketball team took on Syracuse last night, trying to snap a losing streak. The Heels got off to a good start as Shayla Bennett finds Leah Church in the corner for three. Later in the half, Taylor Coonan finds Medina Muhammad for another three, but the Heels trailed at half. In the second half, Malou Shatinge scores off the feed from Janelle Bailey. Muhammad tried to keep the Heels in the game with this pull-up. She would finish with 19 points on the night. Shatinge once again battles and scores down low, but the Heels lose their third straight 74-56.
Well, Grace, it's been a sad time for Carolina basketball recently.
I was really hoping the women's were going to pull through since the men aren't, but we have some other exciting sports to look forward to.
Yes, we do. The number 25 ranked Carolina softball team played its home opener on Wednesday against Campbell. Campbell struck first, but Carolina came back with a 4-run bottom half of the second inning, including this RBI double from Destiny Middleton. The Heels didn't stop there. Carolina went on to score 7 more runs, topping it off with Christina Burkhart's 3-run walk-off homer to deep center field to end the game by mercy rule 11-1. The Heels improved to 4-2 on the season and will host the ACC Big Ten tournament this weekend.
The University of National Champions now has a 52nd trophy to add to the case. 37 of those have come from women's teams, including the newest one. The women's tennis team beat UCLA in the ITA National Championship earlier this week. After a quick reaction at the net, McKenna Jones and Allie Sanford won their doubles match. In singles, Elizabeth Scotty nailed this cross-court winner. Alexa Graham had a big serve setting up the easy put-away, and Cameron Mora had a backhand winner down the line. It was the Heels' 4th time in the last 8 years winning the tournament.
In studio, we have Aaron Jenkins with 2 of those outstanding tennis players, Cameron Mora and Sophie Patel. Aaron?
The women's tennis team has been dominant for the past several years. The Tar Heels won their 4th indoor national title in program history earlier this week. Carolina posted a 4-0 shutout of UCLA in Monday's final after dispatching NC State, not our rival, and Duke in the quarters and the semis, respectively. Here with us today in studio, we have 2 of those stars that are on the women's tennis team. First, we have sophomore Cameron Mora. Thank you, Cameron, for being in here with studios today, and congratulations on the win to you guys. So you guys did have a huge championship weekend. How are you feeling after that?
I think we're all super excited, really happy to be home, but still definitely feeding off the win. But at practice, we're back working hard, preparing for the next matches.
Awesome. Now, you and your doubles partner, Elizabeth Scotty, have been dominant all season with a perfect 9-0 record, and you guys had a crucial match against UCLA in the championship. Can you walk us through the mindset going into that match on Monday?
Well, UCLA is a really good team and especially competitive in doubles, so I think Scotty and I were really focused trying to help our team and get another point on the board before singles.
Awesome. Now, we actually have a clip of you and Elizabeth here. We just want you to talk us through this shot here.
Yeah, this was basically one of our main plays. It was early in the match, so that's usually what we stick to, Scotty going for it and ending the point at the net. But it was a great tournament. It was a great match. UCLA put up a great fight.
Awesome. Now we also have sophomore Sophia Patel here in studio with us. Sophia, what is it like just being there for your teammates this weekend, supporting them?
I think it was so much fun. This is only Cam and I's 2nd indoors, so I knew we had a lot of expectations, but we had a lot of fun on and off the court.
Awesome. So you guys have a long stretch of ACC matches coming up. What are you looking forward to most in the season moving on?
I think we're looking forward to obviously this weekend and then going forward Florida, and we can't look too far ahead, but we have a lot of championships coming up, so we got to lock in and work hard, and I think we can do really well.
Well, congratulations again to both of you guys, and thanks for being here with us. The Heels began the season ranked 2nd nationally, and now after the recent ITA Indoor National Championship have moved up to the number 1 spot in the nation. These Heels here will be in action here in Chapel Hill tomorrow, starting at 11 a.m. Back to you guys.
The top-ranked women's lacrosse team is in action this weekend, hosting Davidson at 2 on Sunday. Steffi C. tells us 2 players who hope to help the Heels win a national title this year already know what it feels like to win a big prize.
Brooklyn Newman and Elizabeth Hillman traveled to Ontario last summer as a member of a U.S. Under-19 women's lacrosse team. They reclaimed the World Championship with a 10-point victory against Canada.
Honestly, to be a world champion, it's kind of a surreal experience. I've never really experienced it before. It's really cool to represent your country and play for something a little bit bigger than yourself or something that you've played for.
The feeling honestly is like indescribable. I know it's very cliche to say that, but at first the feeling, like right after we won, the feeling was you almost like couldn't believe it. And the next day or two, when you reflect back on what you just accomplished, you kind of realize everything you went through and how hard you've worked to be there.
Other than winning the gold medal, Brooklyn and Elizabeth believes that the most significant thing from the journey is the tight bonds they formed and the memories they created with their teammates.
One of the best ways to create those bonds with one another was to do fun things. So like for instance, we went up to Niagara Falls and we had like a jet boat tour.
You get to play with girls that I'll play in college. I think that's like really cool. You build great friendships.
With that experience in mind, Brooklyn and Elizabeth are determined to create the same bond within the UNC women's lacrosse team.
I think an important thing for me that I'm going to take away from that experience also is trying to branch out more, I guess, on my team here. Just because it is harder, because like I said, there are 37 girls and you're not going to be super close with every single one of them. So I just think that's a really important aspect to try and like be as close with as many people as possible.
In Chapel Hill, I'm Steffi C. reporting.
So maybe those two players can help snag a national championship trophy to go along with their gold medals. The men's lacrosse team is also in action this weekend, taking on Lafayette on Saturday at noon. There's a full slate of action for Carolina sports teams this weekend, both at home and away. The softball team will take on Michigan at 1:30, followed by baseball, competing against Middle Tennessee at 3 o'clock. Wrestling will take on Pitt at 7, and then Saturday, basketball will take on Virginia at 8.
The number 8 ranked wrestling Tar Heels host the number 9 ranked Pittsburgh tonight at 7, and trust me, you'll want to be there. The Heels have a top-notch squad with 4 Tar Heels in the intermatch individual rankings. Pittsburgh has 5. The top match of the night will be in the 165 weight class, where UNC's 15th ranked Kennedy Monday goes head-to-head with Princeton's number 12 Jake Wenzel, with big names on Carolina's squad like number 3 Austin O'Connor and number 11 Zach Sherman expect a tight duel.
The Heels have struck gold in their search for a new tight ends coach to replace recently departed Tim Brewster. John Lilly is the new guy, and he has an excellent national reputation. Before coming to UNC, Lilly has made multiple stops with NFL teams such as the Cleveland Browns and the St. Louis Rams, along with successful college tenures at Florida State, Georgia, and Tennessee. He played his college ball at Guilford College. Gavin Blackwell, an electric wide receiver from Monroe, North Carolina, has committed to UNC. Blackwell, a former teammate of star quarterback Sam Howell, is a consensus top 5 in-state prospect and gives Carolina its next weapon for Phil Longo's resilient aerial attack. Blackwell is a friend of some important 2021 targets and pledges to play a vocal role in keeping the momentum rolling for UNC.
There's some bonus soccer coming up for 3 UNC players. Current Carolina women's soccer players Claudia Dickey, Macy Bell, and Brianna Pinto will represent the USA at the 2020 CONCACAF Women's U20 Championship. Games will be in the Dominican Republic starting February 22nd and ending March 8th. Go Heels, go USA!
The Student Rec Center has some fun events coming up this month. There will be activities such as rock climbing and hiking, along with many others. If any of these seem interesting to you, all you have to do is head over to the SRC website and register.
So, Hank, today's Valentine's Day. Do you have any exciting plans?
I plan to go up to Virginia. I'm going to go see some family, and we're going to spend it all together. What about you?
Well, I'll be spending it with my Galentines and just enjoying the night, maybe some rom-coms. So, Allison Beckham checks out the Valentine's vibe around Carolina sports.
Traditionally celebrated with red hearts, romance, flowers, candy, or other sweet things, Valentine's Day is associated with expressing our love to those around us. Putting a spin on what most people perceive Valentine's Day to be all about, we decided to ask fellow Tar Heels what they love about UNC athletics. So which UNC athlete do you love the most and why?
I would say Leaky Black. He went to my high school for the first year of his high school career and is from my hometown, so big Leaky fan.
So which UNC athlete do you love the most and why?
I'd have to say Sam Howell. I really like football, and honestly, he's just doing great things. I got to go to the Military Bowl, and it's really exciting to watch him play.
So which UNC athlete do you love the most and why?
I love Heather O'Reilly because she just embodies working hard, and she just strives for greatness, and she was able to accomplish her dreams.
So which UNC athlete do you love the most and why?
I'd have to say Sterling Manley, and that'd be because although he's not playing much, he's a good person. I've gotten to know him on like a deeper level, and although he's down, he's not out.
So what do you love most about UNC Athletics?
I love the excitement and just the school spirit that surrounds it. So it's pretty exciting.
Whether it was in the past or the present, UNC Athletics and its many notable athletes continue to leave behind a legacy that students and Tar Heel fans will forever cherish.
Heels on 3! 1, 2, 3! Heels!
Grace, tell me, what do you love about UNC Athletics?
What's not to love? University of National Champions, but I have to say it's the school spirit and the culture it creates. Just getting excited around the team.
Yeah, well, I'll say I love that we are a national championship winning school, and I look forward to winning more.
Well, that does it for this week's Friday edition of Sports Extra. Tune in with us on Monday.
See you then.